All right, so let's jump into today's box. As you can see, we're doing FriendZone. I've already started the machine. I got my VPN up. We can ping it to make sure that it's alive. There we go. And this is our methodology, right? So the machine, it's rated by HackTheBox as easy. However, from the community, it seems that this is medium. So I guess I'm gonna struggle a lot. So let's go ahead and try this out. Of course, we're gonna start with our nmap, scanning all ports, and save the output into our nmap directory. Let's say all ports. Okay. This is Linux, and we get to see SMB. That's weird. Okay. We can go ahead and check FTP. So what I see here is 443, which is HTTPS, 445, which is SMB, 53 DNS, 21 is FTP, HTTP, and SSH, and I think this is RPC if I'm not mistaken. However, let's go ahead and check if we have anonymous access. Let's go here and do FTP on that. Anonymous. That doesn't seem we have anonymous access. Let me make sure that I've typed that correct twice. We could also try admin. Nope. And we could also try FTP. Okay. We should keep a note about that. So let's just copy this and say FTP not accessible as guest user. We could save this as MD markdown in order to get some color here. Much more easier to read. So we are doing FriendZone notes.md. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. We can also go ahead and try SMB. Can use netexec SMB RIP. Let's do this. Okay. So as you can see, we can guest SMB guest login is allowed, and we are able to list the shares here. The interesting thing is that we can read in SMB share called general, and we have read and write access in development share. Let's add that to our notes. Go here and say SMB guest is accessible, or better, is allowed. So can go ahead and check. Let's read some of the shares and see. SMB client. I think this is -u. Can go ahead and say guest and specify an IP and the share, which is general. No password. dir creds. Nice, we have some credentials here. So let me download this. Get creds.txt. Great. Let's see. Add creds. Creds for the admin thing. We don't know which thing though. Let's add this to our notes as well. Not here, here. SMB shared, share, general, say found creds in, put that here. I don't know if I do this, yeah. Have to pause for a minute. Sorry about that. Just a second. I'm back. Okay, so we did find some credentials in general directory. Let's go ahead and test and see what it's in development. So let's do SMB client again, and however, because I want to be organized, let's move creds to files. Go into files and access the share from there. So this is development, right? Yeah, development. And we got nothing here. However, we can upload files, right? Let's test this out. Let's create a test.txt and try to upload this here using the put command. Test.txt, and it seems that indeed we can upload to the development share. So let's put that in our notes as well. Let's give ourselves some space here and put this do this bash. Okay. SMB share read, right? Okay, so we can upload, let's say it seems we can upload to this share. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what else do we have for our nmap. It's still going. So we checked SMB. We don't know where the creds go until now. We can try the creds on the FTP server, of course. But before doing that, let's go ahead and check the other ports. So there is a web server, it seems. go here, friend zone. If yes, try to get out of this out of this zone. That's interesting. And we can see we get and domain, it seems. So let's go ahead and add that to our host file. Sudo nano this so we don't get confused. And IP. Cool. Maybe if we attempt to, let's see, if we attempt to access FriendZone now, we get a different page. Oh, that's the same. Okay. So we know it's Apache. We can try something like index.php. No, it doesn't seem it works with PHP. Index.html. Yep, it seems it's a static web page. But let's add this. So we have technologies. Let's say port 80. Apache 2.4.29. 2.24. What? I already forgot. 2.4.29. 2.4.29. Okay. We can also go ahead and start fuzzing this. So let's go to our fuzz directory and use fuzz p fuzz user share checklists discovery web content. I'm gonna try the common one. Let's start with a small one and see one color. Also output this to root, or better put the port in front. Root common txt and let it be. Okay. And there is also another port 443, which is HTTPS. Okay, accept. Can also view certificate. Good. Okay, let's view certificate maybe. This is different. FriendZone portal.red, but here we got, no, this is it, right? FriendZone.red. Ah, this is FriendZone portal. So we should go ahead and add this as well. Copy. We got robots.txt. Let's first go and add what we found in our host file. Also, let's go back here and say port 80 leaked domain name. 3 certificate gave us another domain, which is this one, and here we got this FriendZone portal. Perfect. Let's continue our enumeration. Here we see we get a WordPress. Interesting. Let's first check the robots.txt and see if we got anything juicy there. So let me go back to HTTP robots.txt. Okay, nothing here. We can go to WordPress. Nothing here. It seems that we can list the file directory, but there is nothing here, I assume. We could also try and remove portal and check if we get a different page. It seems that this is the same one. Nothing here. Don't know why it says WordPress though. We can also try this here. We can go like friendzone.red HTTPS, accept this. Okay, and we get a different, so this is a different host, right? Different virtual host. I better say, however, I noticed something back here. No, it's still a static page. So let's try and put a bigger list and see if we get anywhere better than our current position. So we could do raft small directories, and first of all, sorry, we should first add this to our node so we know what we already fuzzed. Can go here and say on port 80 and do another one, port 443. We have to figure out the technologies. So for now, just have these two. We don't know what programming language is behind the web server. We didn't view page source. We start fuzzing though, and the word lists that we found. So let's do, let's make this bigger. Okay, so we're gonna fuzz for directories, lowercase, root directories, and say raft small directories like this. Go. So we get WordPress again. Save the status. So let's add here that for directories, let's say port 80. Test, and let's put the word list that we're testing. So rsd raft small directories, and we also tried common, which is common might include files, vhosts, etc. So let's remove that from here and leave it as this. Also, let's make a different color for all our extras. Perfect. So we need to see if we can figure out any There doesn't seem that port 80 will be the way. We could go ahead and test that on port 443, which is S, and let's do friend zone, and let's say here 443. Also remove comments. Let's do this. Nice, this is more juicy, I think. Okay, and go back to our nodes and say for port 443 we're doing let's see what admin has. This one, HTTPS admin. Nothing here as well. Got JavaScript. Let's test JavaScript. Okay, testing some function. I'm trying not to break things, and we have this. Don't know if this is base64 or not. Don't share too much, you'll be smashed. It's all about times and zones. We could add this to our notes and say here in view page source port 443 found a comment. Whoops. What? The cherry tree is gone. That was weird. Port 443 found this comment. Copy here. Let's do this. I'm clicking Control V and cherry tree is just closing. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe if I do paste, yeah, this is the same thing. So let's just say that we found an found a comment. So let's put that here. Maybe if I copy it from here, it would be okay. Let's try that out. Yeah. Leave it like this. Okay. So we viewed the page source here. We have to see what's going on with that. Also, we find another comment in the main page, which says just doing some development here, JS, don't go deep. So we find another comment. Let's put that here as well. Let's say win page source. Add that here as well, so we know we did. Or because we are saving everything in a different format, we can say that we did for port 443. Now let's do for 80 and then check what's going on with all these hints we have. Nothing here it seems. If we go to WordPress, there is nothing there as well. Let's check our fuzzer. It says don't go deep, so it seems that we don't have to enumerate anything else. Let's go ahead and do another fuzz for files. Because we have this in our methodology, let's see what we did till now. We found out some of the technologies. We viewed the page source only for 443. For directories, we fuzzed for small directories for both ports. Now we need to fuzz for files. What I like to do is just do extensions and just add let's fuzz for .php, .txt, and .db. Maybe there's a database somewhere. So go. And until that finishes, let's take a step back and see. Just a minute. We did that for port 80, nothing there. Say juicy comments. Okay, so let's take a step back and see what we have until now. We know there is a share where we can upload stuff. That's the first thing. We also do have some credentials. We didn't try those credentials. We could try those credentials to say next steps. We could try credentials on FTP, SMB, and SSH. We could go ahead and try to figure out the hash value found. Okay, and now that I tried to take a step back, if we see here the word development keeps coming up. We saw the development here in the comments, but we also do have a share called development. So maybe there is a way to maybe there's a possibility to upload something in the development share and maybe access it from the web right here. This is what I'm thinking right now. So let's try to access the test.txt previously uploaded on development share. On the web. So am I missing something? What else did we? Let's see our methodology again. So now we're fuzzing for files, and yes, we could go ahead and after finishing from fuzzing files, we can go ahead and fuzz for vhost. If we don't find anything, we can reiterate this process till we find something juicy. But I think we found a few stuff that we could work with. So we did this with, okay, let's do the same for HTTP. So now we're gonna go ahead and fuzz for, you know what, I forgot to add something in the previous, let's do 443. Okay, we could also fuzz for HTML. And do like this. Okay, here in files we did port 443. Let's say we did rough small directories plus extensions PHP, TXT, DB, and HTML. And we have to do that for port 80 as well. Okay. Okay, because I'm getting confused with colors, let's do this. Anything on port 443 should be with orange. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and try what we have here. First of all, let's try the credentials we found in these three protocols. And I think we can do all the protocols with netexec. So this finished. Yeah, and we found nothing. So let's put that as well. Port 80. Green. And start fuzzing for vhosts. Fav. Let's do port 80 first. Checklists. Is it discovery DNS? Yes. Bitquark. I see no comments. Color O80. Just say DNS bitquark.txt. And we forgot to put the most important part, which is that we want to specify that we're fuzzing a host header and say friend zone portal.red. Can try this and then try the FriendZone.red. Let's do filter out by size 324 and run. Let that go. Okay, let's go ahead and try our credentials now. So this is the creds we have. and it's for admin. We can start with FTP and say admin this, but let me make sure that I've copied that correctly. Copy it again. That one more. Admin paste. Okay. So FTP is not what we are looking for. Let's check SMB. And do that with exec. Let's do admin. Yes, this is guest. So I don't think it would be SMB. Let's check SSH. We can say admin FriendZone.let. Yes. Nope. So let's type that down. One of the protocols work with the credentials found. What's the next thing? Try to figure out the hashed value. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what kind of hash is this, and if it's a hash. We found this by, where did we found that? Don't share too much, it'll be smashed. It's all about time zones. Okay, we could go ahead and don't think it's base 64, but we could go ahead and try this out. Base 64 -- t. Is it double base 64? Base 64 -- d. No, that's not the case. Hash. Let's do nano web hash. Let's try hash ID. Unknown hash. Or do I have to specify this rather than a file? Hash ID, unknown hash. What about the one we did find? This one. Hash ID, this. Ooh, here we go. Juniper NetScreen. Is there a way to crack this? Let me see. Hash crack. How to generate can try John and see if we get anywhere with that. So let's do nano web hash decrypt base 64 tick. Let's keep it like this. John, this worklist, user share worklists. Thank you. No. Let's see if we can find this in hashcard nodes. There we go. So these specific hash types, these hash types are usually only found on a specific platform. Okay. So is there a way to 22? It says we could go ahead and try this out. 22. So let's do hashcat mode 22. The hash user share worklist work no. Separate or unmatched. As I see here, there is a user specified as well, and we do not have that in our hash. And when we found it, it not had that, right? I mean, let's go ahead. It was under JS. Let's see. Not here. Let's go to JS. No. Where did we find that? We should have that in our notes, right? This is why we're getting notes. But I didn't. Let's see, in the view page source, we did both. So let's do that again. Here we didn't find anything. WordPress. I don't think. In what else? Maybe it was both in HTTPS. FriendZone.ret. FireEnt. Nope. FriendZone. Okay, was it here? Yeah, no. It was in JS. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a user. We could try guessing admin, let's say, or something like that. Let's see if that's the case first of all. Let's say user signature unmatched. Initially not possible through normal administrative channels due to security features. So maybe what we found is the password. Application backdoor. So this is a known thing, huh? NetScreen. Never heard about it. I know what Juniper is, but okay, let's keep that in our notes and continue our enumeration. See if we get anywhere. Seems that the hash with after using base 64 decryption and try to identify the hash. It seems tried working but with hashcard, but we get an error. Okay, so we can get back to this if we think it would be necessary, or if we find anything related to Juniper NetScreen. So let's go ahead and see if we can access the file we previously uploaded, test.txt. Let's close a few of these, keep it. So this is also, what's happening with our map? This is going very slow. So we tried the virtual hosting on FriendZone portal. Let's go ahead and try on FriendZone alone. FriendZone. Let's do FriendZone. Let go. And get back here. So we did upload a test.txt. We could try and access that. So it's not here. Let's try going to admin and see test.txt. Not here. Let's go to JS. Sorry. JS and do, but no, go to JS and do test.txt. No. Got this before? Does this change? It changes. Oh, that's interesting. So we're getting a new hash every time we refresh. Okay, let me try something here. Yeah, okay. We have to specify -k to ignore the certificate. Now we get it. And it seems that just want this, to be honest. So we can go ahead and say grep, no, cat So let's do silent. Let's now cut for this F2 3 4 5. Nice. And let's also cut this. Cut D for this F1. Cool. And let's now do base 64 dash D. Is any of this making sense? Okay. Base 64 dash D. That's invalid. I do hash ID this. I'm still gonna get Juniper. Maybe this is a password for something. Okay, nothing here. Let's attempt to do the same for, oh, I did a mistake which I didn't see. We have to change this as well. So it's just FriendZone.red. We also have a DNS that we didn't enumerate. We'll go ahead and do that as well. Maybe you can zone transfer. Dig a this. Nothing here. We can try. What was it? DXFR. Okay. Nothing here. Back to methodology. Okay, we fuzzed for files, not everything, well, but we did a bit of fuzzing. Here now we're fuzzing for vhosts on port 80. Then we both FriendZone.red and let me just copy this and FriendZone portal.red. We could say bitquark word list. Oops. Shift Alt F. There we go. This is interesting though. But it changes all the time. Maybe we could fuzz this as well. JS. Let that finish. We could also start burp and see the request. Maybe we figure out something from the requests. PC. So our file is still there, right? Yeah, it is. There must be a way to access this, I assume. Somehow. There's something development, or wait, maybe development. No. Also, is this, wait, index.html? No. PHP? Yeah, this is PHP, okay. So we know that is working on PHP. So we can get up here and say technologies, prog PHP. I think I've used the worst colors I could use, but anyway. Let's see. Nothing here. Okay, so we can go ahead and try HTTPS now, right? Yeah. So we could say 3. S. I think we have to specify to ignore the certificate here as well. I'm not sure, but let's see. We don't even get an error back. There we go. So there is a subdomain called uploads. Of course, we have to add that to our host files. No, let's see, hosts, we need sudo for this. Let's see, here, refresh, accept. Okay, want to upload stuff, only images, it says. Nice. So let's go here to our vhosts. We could say port 453. Notice I did something wrong here. Is bitquark. Yes. Okay. Bitquark. Found this. Success. We could also go ahead and put that in our temporary notes. So I could find a way to access the uploaded file. Yes, it was leaked. FriendZone. certificate gave us this. We viewed the page source. We did the next steps, nothing worked. And now by doing vhost fuzzing on 443 friendzone.red, we found uploads. There we go. So we can go ahead and use this. However, it's weird that we got all those credentials. We got credentials and the weird JavaScript thing. Before trying to upload stuff here, I just wanna see something. And of course, we'll need burp if we're trying to exploit the upload functionality. So I just wanna see if this is happening on client side or the backend server. Whoops. Sorry about that. Close this, go to inspect. Go to network tab. Let's reload. Yeah, I can't see anything in JavaScript file happening, or not happening. I can't see any JavaScript file, so it must be on the backend that this is being generated. Okay, we can go ahead and test this, but let's see what's going on here. Do you have any comments or something? Yeah, so this is going to upload.php. We could also fuzz for more files. So let's start the fuzzer on that. Let's say view this. Let's remove everything. Go here and put uploads. Is it upload or uploads? Uploads. Okay. Uploads, discovery, web content. Let's say we start with directories or files. Start with directories, right? So let's do fuzz. Let's use a bigger one for this. Could use Dirtbuster lowercase medium, remove comments, add some color, and do 443 uploads. The medium 2.3.txt. Go. Okay, so we did find something else. Files. Let's see. Is it here? Test.txt? No, it was not found on this server. Maybe when we upload stuff, then it goes to files, right? So let's check this out. So we open burp. Let's go back here. Get that to burp. let's first of all, it says only images. Just want to see something real quick. I can't see any client side checks that we could disable. FriendZone escape software upload manager. Escape software. Is that the software? Whatever, let's upload a picture. Go back here, scroll top, directory. Let's get a picture from the beginning and try to store JPEG first. HPB, copy this here, call that Shoryuken.jpg. Let's try that. Browse documents, HTTP. We're doing FriendZone. Open. Let's intercept. And to be easier for us to work with that, let's do this instead. Okay. Upload this, and it broke. Okay, there we go. Set that to repeater, forward, and we get back this. What is that? Let's go ahead and check files. Maybe that is where this is being uploaded. But it's my file here or not? PNG. Oh, sorry, JPG. We didn't get that before, right? This was empty. It said only images. We did upload an image. We get this number, but nothing else. Maybe this is my image now. JPG. Nope. What is that? Let's try and access a different, upload a different image, I guess. Select an image to upload only images. Let's do PNG. There we go. Browse PNG. Let's upload. Let's intercept PNG HQ. successfully uploaded. Okay. Is that a different number than before? Let's see. So we got this here. Yeah, that's a different number every time. That was 676 77. So it went up one. So maybe now if we go to files, put this there. Now let's check for PNG where the image being uploaded, man. This found only files. Okay, we can go ahead and check for files, I guess. Let's do extensions. We know it's PHP. This is for TXT as well. Let's do extensions. Also get back here and say that we did try that. So we could say directories, vhosts, we found that. We can go back to ports and say for the vhost uploads dot FriendZone dot red, we did faster medium 2.3. Let me try this again. So does it have txt? Doesn't find this. Doesn't find this here. I can upload stuff, but I don't know where are those images being held, being saved. What is that? I'm starting to get hungry as well. So gonna try a few things and then pause the video, go have some food, then come back and continue this for another. We did about 1 hour and 16 minutes. I think I'm gonna try this for another 1.5 hours. And if I'm still stuck, because it feels like I'm stuck right now, then I'm gonna continue tomorrow, of course. But let's see if we found anything else other than that. Also, we have to find out where are those images being uploaded, which I don't know yet. Uploads, image, not here. Do we have anything in shares? Nope. There's a lot of stuff going on in this box. Also, maybe there are more vhosts we didn't find. And also, I've noticed when we try to upload here, it says image u, right? And I'm thinking, if I just make this image, will we get something different or something like that? I don't know. Let's try upload something that is not an image and see how the functionality responds to that. So let's upload a text, for example, this, right? So browse, yeah, we did that. So upload, it did upload successfully, even though this is not an image. But we have to find out where is this being uploaded again. Files. Now there's nothing here, which is weird. Nothing here. I do files test.txt. Nothing. Uploads test.txt. It's hanging. Nope. Don't think that is uploads directory either way, right? What could this be? Okay, let's take a step back, right? So let's go to our nodes. We found open shares. We could write to the shares, however, we cannot reach it from the web server yet, I guess. This, oh, there is a files directory, which we cannot reach again, right? Yes. Then we know we can upload stuff to the development, okay. We found this on the main page on port 80. We vhosted, nothing was there. Then we found this weird thing that is changing all the time. Here it says that it's doing some development, but we didn't fuzz after JS, to be honest. We stopped there early because it says don't go deep, right? Try the credentials. We try to get the hashed value. Maybe we have to come back on this and see what we can do here. Try to access the test. We found uploads by vhost fuzzing this and upload functionality, which I cannot, let's say we cannot figure out where uploaded files are being saved to the web server. I think it could be something like here. If we had access here, maybe there was a way to, you know, upload files here and then access them from files something. And it's weird because the first time we did upload something and we got back a message. What if I say index.php? No, that's just upload PHP. Upload.php. Yeah, if I do a slash, then now you're trying to do human. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, brother. Browse. Let's try that again. So JPEG upload successfully. Where though? Whoa. If I keep refreshing this, will this change? Yeah, it did. Files. Yeah, I'm trying the same things over and over again. There is no... I'm hopeless. Okay, I'll just make a break, go eat something, come back, try to figure out what's going on here. The next thing we can do when I come back is directory fuzz the JS we found. Like, is it here? JS. Yes, then go JS. Fuzz this for more. Maybe there is more directories or maybe other files we can access. And maybe do another vhost fuzzing. And if I'm still stuck, then I'll stop and continue tomorrow. We could also try another thing when I come back. So let's write this down. So things to try: fuzz for directories and files on on here. Also vhost fuzzing for more with, let's say, with different word list. Also, what else we could try to see if we could upload a picture elsewhere rather than the intended path. So we could add something on the file name, sample file name of the document we're uploading being something like this, and then try to access, I don't know, maybe etc or var html something. Maybe we could upload it here and then access it this way. So we could try something like this. And also what I've noticed, another thing is that when we did go here, let's see, view page source, no, let's see, was it here? Back, yes. On the head it says FriendZone escaped software upload manager. So this might be the software behind that, and maybe we could exploit the software in some sort. Find out if there is a software trying to process the documents being uploaded. Maybe that's a rabbit hole, but I don't know. Okay, that's what we're gonna try when we come back. So let's go with